The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 229,054. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 5,491. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,233, with total confirmed deaths remaining at 62. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Trutanich. It's 2 p.m. on Saturday, August 22nd. Close to 24 wildfires continue to rage across northern and southern California today. Lightning sparked fires in Northern California Friday, exploding in size to become some of the largest in the state's history. Since Friday, nearly 560 wildfires have burned across the state, with more than 900,000 acres impacted and nearly 120,000 residents forced to evacuate. 3 groups of fires called complexes are burning north, east, and south of San Francisco. Authorities say many of the fires were sparked by nearly 12,000 lightning strikes, strong winds, hot temperatures, and low humidity all week. California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's asked for assistance from outside the state to help firefighters battle the flames. 10 states plan to send cruise engines and aircraft. According to the Los Angeles County Fire Department, there are areas engulfed in flames that have not burned in decades and difficult to access in the SoCal region. Torrance Fire Department has also deployed members to assist in both the northern and southern California fires. Well, the smoke from the fires are making air quality in parts of California some of the worst in the world. The South Coast Air Quality Management District issued another special air quality advisory for Los Angeles County through today. Experts warn that smoke will likely blow northeast and out of the South Coast Air Basin. The lake fire, which has been burning since August 12th, is said to be only 52% contained. Health experts suggest for those who have heart disease, asthma, or respiratory illnesses should minimize outdoor activities and stay indoors as much as possible. And if you plan to turn on the air conditioner, be sure to use a recirculation setting. A magnitude 2.5 earthquake was reported last night at 11:19 p.m. out of Huntington Beach. In the past 10 days, there was one other earthquake with a magnitude of 3.0 or greater that was centered nearby. The earthquake was said to have a depth of just over 9 miles. While it may have been too small for many to feel, it wasn't out of the ordinary. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, an average of 59 earthquakes occur per year in the greater Los Angeles area, with a magnitude between 2.0 and 3.0. No matter how big or small the earthquake, residents are encouraged to always be ready for the inevitable big one and have an emergency kit ready, as well as following an earthquake preparedness guide. And when an earthquake strikes, everyone should drop, cover, and hold on. Experts say running out of a building is not recommended, as the exterior of a building is one of the most dangerous places to be as objects fall. And if you happen to be outdoors already, move to a clear area where you can avoid power lines, trees, signs, buildings, and vehicles. Los Angeles County Department of Public Health shared new data trends showing hope that the spread of the virus may be getting under control. Hospitalization levels are now down to the lowest level seen since early April, which marks a significant milestone. The county's estimated rate of transmission is now at 0.92, which is up a bit from last week, but still remains below 1, which means caseloads should also continue to drop. This week overall, under 11,000 cases were confirmed compared to nearly 15,000 the week prior. The county's capacity to test for COVID-19 has also greatly improved, now able to test more than 18,000 per day. As of Friday, Los Angeles County had more than 2.15 million people test for COVID-19. That's nearly 1 in 5 people who've had to take a coronavirus test. A team of alcoholic beverage control enforcement officers were out in full force throughout the county to ensure businesses are in compliance with COVID-19 state guidelines. Officers looked for staff wearing masks, physically distancing, and making sure there was no indoor dining offered at any establishment. Officers also handed out pamphlets to restaurant owners and managers sharing the latest guidelines. Recent data trends show most establishments are in compliance, as only 51 citations have been issued since the 1st of July. To date, nearly 6,000 visits were made in LA County, issuing 20 citations. In Orange County, there were more than 2,200 visits with 14 citations. In Riverside County, there were just over 1,000 visits with 11 citations, and in Ventura County, there were more than 1,800 visits with only 2 citations. The County of Los Angeles continues to serve the most vulnerable communities during the coronavirus pandemic. Public agencies, nonprofits, and volunteers have committed to providing meals to anyone in need during the health crisis. As of this week, 234,000 meals and groceries delivered have been made to seniors and people with disabilities. Food drives also continue to take place, offering groceries to those financially impacted due to job loss or loss of wages. Let's Feed LA County has secured more than 420-pound boxes of groceries from the LA Regional Food Bank to offer weekly deliveries through the end of the year for clients. Great Plates has also continued to keep local restaurants in business while serving the aging community with meal deliveries. More than 1,800 people are employed thanks to this program, and 60% of meal providers are minority-owned businesses. Great Plates has been extended through September 9th. The Elderly Nutrition Program has helped feed more than 16,000 seniors to date. You can get more information on the various programs available. Go to covid19.lacounty.gov/food. The House of Representatives are in talks to pass legislation preventing any further changes at the United States Postal Service and provide potentially $25 billion in funding to support the uptick in mail-in ballots during the health crisis. House Democrats called lawmakers back to Washington from their summer break for the rare Saturday session. The Democratic-controlled chamber faces an uncertain future in the Republican-led Senate. While Congress may take measures addressing the Postal Service, the White House says it would veto the bill, calling it an overreaction to sensationalized media reports. However, some GOP lawmakers like Brian Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania is a co-sponsor and said in a statement that he would vote for the bill because now is not a time to jeopardize USPS operations or delay services. Congressional Democrats sent Postmaster General Louis DeJoy a 10-page letter on August 14th detailing the changes at the Postal Service that they fear could delay the mail. Well, the United States Postal Service says they will be able to deliver all election-related mail this November. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy testified virtually before Congress on Friday and said he wants to assure the public and the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee that the Postal Service is fully capable and committed to delivering election mail on time. DeJoy says policies to remove the blue boxes and scrap sorting machines were put in place before he took over the mail service more than 2 months ago and denounced allegations that the Postal Service was trying to have a negative impact on the election. DeJoy says he supports vote by mail and urges voters to vote early. DeJoy, along with the U.S. Postal Service Board of Governors, Robert Duncan, will testify before the House Oversight Committee on Monday, August 24th. You may want to empty out your pockets before you head to the airport. According to the Transportation Security Administration, nearly $1 million in change was left behind by travelers in 2019. New York's JFK International Airport accounted for the most unclaimed cash in 2019, totaling $98,110. The TSA's grand total of $926,000 in coins and cash at security checkpoints in 2019 is part of the nearly $3.5 million in unclaimed cash collected from years prior. That's according to an annual report to Congress that the agency is required to submit. While the TSA gets to keep that money, the agency has spent $1 million on training and development and another $32,000 to print bookmarks promoting the pre-check program, which enables a faster security screening process for travelers. While the TSA says they make an effort to return lost money to passengers, they do plan to spend what is left on critical aviation security programs. The TSA encourages people who have left items behind at security checkpoints to contact one of its lost and found offices. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention made changes to recommendations for quarantine during the health crisis. The CDC previously urged travelers to quarantine for 14 days after visiting overseas destinations or arriving in areas with a high number of confirmed coronavirus cases, but that's not the case anymore. According to the CDC, the mandatory quarantine portion of the order has been lifted, with travelers now advised to simply follow the same protocols people should on a daily basis during the pandemic. CDC says regardless of where tourists visit for the remainder of the year, they should continue to practice social distancing, wear a mask, wash hands often, and monitor for possible symptoms of coronavirus when they return home from wherever they've traveled to. And while it's not required, the CDC still suggests those who've traveled to areas with high numbers of COVID cases or attended large gatherings or sailed on a cruise ship should still quarantine to prevent possible spread of the virus and get a COVID test, as travelers could still pose a risk to the community for 14 days if they've unknowingly been exposed to the virus. You can get more information at cdc.gov. Los Angeles Rams fans, while you won't be able to attend the first week of Sunday Night Football, now there's a way for you to still be a part of the big day. Fans can now purchase cardboard cutouts of themselves to fill the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, which was built to hold nearly 70,000 fans. Cardboard cutouts start at $70 for Rams season ticket holders and $80 for the general public for the upcoming September 13th home opener against the Dallas Cowboys. The cutouts are part of the Rams Game Faces for Good program. Proceeds will go towards the LA Rams Foundation to address social injustices, including poverty, education inequities, food insecurity, and homelessness. The prepaid cutouts will be for subsequent home games and placed on seats in the end zone before each game. Fans can upload a high-resolution photo and select a royal or blue jersey or a Rams t-shirt and a number for their 18 by 35-inch cutout. Now, if friends want to quote-unquote sit together, cutouts should be purchased in sequential order. Now, if your four-legged family members want to have a seat as well, photos of pets are allowed, and fans can also have their cutouts shipped to their homes following the game for an added cost. Now, throughout the season, Rams officials say they plan to recognize first responders, veterans, active duty servicemen and women, as well as cancer fighters and survivors. And if you're wondering what if state and county orders are lifted and fans are allowed to attend in person, well, those who purchase cutouts for those games will have the option to receive a refund or donate the funds used. You have until Wednesday to purchase a cutout. Go to therams.com. With the weekend here and the Dining Al Fresco program on a break to welcome the monthly antique street fair tomorrow, you'll actually still find many restaurants offering outdoor seating options. Now, the Antique Street Fair will take place on Sunday, and it's a monthly occurrence happening every fourth weekend of the month. There will be an antique appraisal booth as well. The pet-friendly event is free, and be sure to mask up and social distance. You'll also find nearly 24 restaurants in downtown Torrance, with many offering patio seating. The fair takes place tomorrow on Sartori Avenue between Post and Marcelina from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, go to torranceantiquefair.com. If you're looking for ways to stay cool during this unusually warm weekend, there's a place in Torrance that you may want to consider. The Victor E. Benstead Plunge continues to take reservations online for lap swimmers. These swim lessons are 45 minutes long and allows one swimmer per lane. The plunge is also following safety protocols. You'll notice safety decals reminding the public to wear their face masks when not in the pool and to social distance. Swimmers will also be required to have their temperatures taken prior to entry and will be asked several COVID-19 related health questions as well. Swimmers are asked to come dressed and ready to swim as lockers remain closed. Swimmers are allowed a maximum of 3 swims per week. You can go online and make a reservation. Staff says if you arrive at the pool without a reservation, they can help you create an account online on Sign Up Genius. Go to torranceca.gov for more information. With the fall school year kicking off in Torrance in just a few days, we want to hear what your plans are to help your kids succeed in the age of COVID-19. We'd love to hear tips or suggestions that you might have that other families could find helpful. Torrance Unified School District is scheduled to begin first day of distance learning on Wednesday, August 26th. Now, whether you have a preschooler or a teen in high school and every grade in between, we want to hear from you. And parents working from home, managing distance learning for your kids, and making personal and professional adjustments, share with us how you plan to make it work for your family as we're all in this together. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that reminds us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance cares. The Volunteer Center recently announced a new program partnership with its downtown Torrance neighborhoods, helping local youth and families in need. The Volunteer Center recently teamed up with the Pediatric Therapy Network to help feed some of their families in need through their Food for Kids program. Another partnership is with the Sunwriter International. They recently donated boxes of their hand cleansing gel to a few organizations in the community, including the Volunteer Center. What a great time for local businesses and organizations to partner up and show how much they care for their Torrance community. Now, if you have a great story to share, be sure to email us. We'd love to hear from you. That's our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 2 p.m. as Christine Lee brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.